all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we're in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and of course, Punxsutawney known for one thing in particular, and that is this gentleman behind me, Punxsutawney Phil, the greatest weather predicting creature on the planet. Yes, Punxsutawney, a small town here in rural Pennsylvania, for one day out of the year becomes the most important place in the country, and that is February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. They have the best weather predicting groundhog. Other towns have groundhogs and groundhogs that predict the weather, but when you're talking about weather predicting groundhogs, there is really only one groundhog in the conversation. No disrespect to any other town with weather predicting groundhogs, but there can only be one king, and that is Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog here. He lives here in the town. I think we're gonna go visit him today. And look who else is joining me today. Jen has driven out here to visit the town of Punxsutawney. And you said that this is a long time on your list here.
This is like my own personal pilgrimage.
This is your pilgrimage?
To go see Phil.
Yeah, so apparently you can actually see Phil. Hopefully he'll be out and about, but no promises.
Can we hold him?
I don't think we can hold
him up Simba style.
I don't know. Yeah, they hold him up
Groundhog's Day
when he predicts the weather every February 2nd, but I don't think they let us put our hands on him or anything like that. Now I do want to come here and see the actual ceremony at some point, but I figured that it's cold, it's crowded, the town is crowded. I think I will do it someday. Leave a comment in the comment section if you'd like to see me attend the actual weather predicting ceremony. But I figured in the meantime, it couldn't hurt to stop by the little town of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and meet the groundhog that started it all. So please, follow us. Now this here is actually the world's largest groundhog. It's a 2D cutout. But apparently it is the tallest groundhog in the world. You can see Phil there, dressed in his very dapper tuxedo and top hat. That is the official garb of the Inner Circle, which is the shadowy organization that takes care of Phil and translates his weather predictions. And if we look here on his belly, he actually has a map of the town of Punxsutawney. Shows us some of the groundhog related sites around town. See where Gobbler's Knob is, that's where they do the ceremony. They have the Groundhog Zoo where Phil lives. So we're gonna head over to the zoo and see if we can say hello to Mr. Punxsutawney Phil. All right, show him how tall the world's largest groundhog is. Come up to his ankle. Now that is one big groundhog. Dun, 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 dun. I got you, babe. Ba, 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 ba. Jen, am I saying this right?
It's close.
Close. Close enough.
Close enough.
And here we are at Phil's burrow. Punxsutawney Phil lives in there in the off season, and we have this statue right here of Punxsutawney Phil. Like I mentioned, the top hat, the tuxedo, that is the dress of the Inner Circle, which is the group that arranges all the groundhog festivities, that is actually in charge of Phil himself. You see here, it says the weather capital of the world. They consider Punxsutawney to be the weather capital because of the groundhog able to predict the weather. And you can see little bits of weather here on this statue. See clouds there in the band of his hat. Up here we have the scroll. This is what Phil will read, or Phil will produce these scrolls, and then the inner circle will read his predictions from those scrolls. Also see his eyes, our sun's. His tooth or teeth there have icicles on them. His belly button is blowing out wind. So a celebration of weather in general here. But let's take a peek at Phil. I'm gonna look through the glass here, and okay, I think I see him. He is there in his hole. I just see one groundhog in there. Now, supposedly Phil has a wife named Phyllis that lives here in the burrow with him. I just see the one groundhog, so I'm gonna assume that's Phil right there. Do you see any other groundhogs?
Maybe over
here?
there, I can't tell.
Oh, is that a second groundhog right there?
I'm not sure.
Are you excited to finally
excited.
see Phil?
I want to hug him.
You want to hug him? I don't know. I don't think he's. I don't know. They say he doesn't hibernate, like because they keep him in the weather controlled area here. But there he goes. And it looks like you can see that window there. Actually, I guess that window connects to the library that this building is connected to. So there's Sleepy Phil. He's got, he's really busy one day out of the year. Rest of the year, he just kind of sleeps. Now, some people might think that groundhogs live about 7 years. So every 7 years, they throw out the old Phil and get a fresh new Phil. But this here explains the whole legend behind Phil. It says groundhogs live between 6 to 8 years. Phil gets a drink of magic elixir each year that gives him 7 more years. He's over 100. He's actually 136 years old. He is pretty much an eternal groundhog. They've used the elixir of life to keep him alive because of his great weather predicting abilities. Some other information here. His favorite meal is dandelion leaves. Baby groundhog is called a kit. Phil has no known offspring. So he has a wife, Phyllis, but apparently they have never reproduced. Punxsutawney Phil weighs 18 pounds in the fall and is 22 inches long. And here's the rules. Every February 2nd, Punxsutawney Phil appears and forecasts the weather for the next 6 weeks. A shadow means 6 more weeks of winter. No sunshine, and hence no shadow means spring is just around the corner. So you're hoping for a cloudy day on February 2nd. So some very interesting facts about Phil. Now, the inner circle have declared that Phil, in his predictions, he gets it right 100% of the time. He is right. However, certain meteorologists claim that Phil is only right about 30% of the time, claiming that actually if you just flipped a coin, that would give a more accurate prediction of the weather than Phil. And I don't know, the inner circle has not, I don't think they've directly referenced these claims, just stating merely that Phil is right 100% of the time. Now, if I'd done a little better planning, I may have come a different time, because apparently on September 9th is the Elixir of Life celebration at 4 p.m. here, and that is where they give Phil his Elixir of Life, the magic potion that keeps him alive forever. Now, one interesting thing I did note is they make it clear that only Phil gets the Elixir of Life. Phyllis, his wife, does not get the Elixir of Life. She lives a normal groundhog life. So I don't know. I mean, there is only one groundhog in there. Maybe she's passed away. I'm not sure why they don't give Phyllis the Elixir of Life. It's kind of sad, because you think about it, Phil, 136 years old, has watched everyone he loves and cares about die before his eyes. He's forced to be alive forever. and watch those around him pass. And so in some ways, he's stuck in this like cycle of existence, very similar to the cycle of existence Bill Murray was stuck in the actual Groundhog's Day movie, which takes place here in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. And as I look around the square here, there's so many monuments to groundhogs. Here is a statue of Punxsutawney Phil. Actually, his burrow is just right there. So he had a statue erected to him right next to his home. A little statue there of Punxsutawney Phil. What a great groundhog we have here. And look at this. Apparently all around town you have these different statues of Phil. This one here, he is the Statue of Liberty. You can see his glowing torch of freedom there. This is actually pretty amazing. Jen, you like the
I do.
you like the statue there?
I love all of them. That was one of the reasons I wanted to come. I didn't mind that it was off season because they have all of
You wanted to see that? You just wanted to see all the groundhog statues. Yeah. Now something sad happened as we were driving to Punxsutawney. I feel like we should address it. When we were driving here, right before we got to Punxsutawney, there was a dead groundhog in the road. And I think Jen saw it as some sort of bad omen.
You can't see a dead groundhog while you're going to see the groundhog. Like, that's not cool.
We saw a live groundhog though. We saw Phil over there.
Sleeping.
I was wondering, you know, because Phyllis doesn't get the elixir of life. Do you think Phyllis died?
I mean,
there's only one groundhog in there.
maybe.
Sorry, this is taking a really sad turn here.
I'm really sad about the dead groundhog. Like, I was legit cheering.
And over here we have a wood carving of Phil. I guess he carries his umbrella because he's always worried about the weather there. He's got a newspaper there tucked under his arm. This trash can here, it says The Shadow, starring Chuck Hogg.
The shadow knows.
The what?
It's from the thing.
From
Shadow knows.
What's The Shadow knows?
It's the quote from The Shadow.
What's The Shadow?
I don't know a lot about it.
But what is it?
A show or a movie or something?
A show or a movie or something?
Yeah.
Is there something called The Shadow?
Yeah.
Is this like a parody of it?
I believe so.
Because he sees his shadow, I guess.
Yeah.
Here we have another Phil statue. This is, I guess, baseball Phil here. Looks like he's promoting some realty service as well. And as we cross the street here, I notice hidden groundhog.
I just lost my mind. I went to cross and I was like, whoa!
Screamed when you saw groundhog on the ground?
I was so excited.
All right, well, let's get out of traffic.
Okay.
I mean, not surprisingly, but pretty much anywhere you walk in this town, there's a little groundhog somewhere.
That one has a googly eye.
There you go. If we have Phil there at his hat. All right, we're hunting for some groundhog souvenirs, and here we have Phil's official groundhog souvenir shop. The Punxsutawney Area Chamber of Commerce and Phil's official souvenir shop. Got another wood carved groundhog right there. I was gonna pat him on his head, but I just noticed there's some bird turds right there, so we'll forego that. Oh, just noticed here, we got Phil peeking out the window there. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh.
Jacob!
Oh no.
Look at the hat!
We got hats. Oh, we got Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras beads.
Oh.
Oh, there's some birthday plates for your groundhog themed birthday party. I guess no, these are for celebrating Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Do you eat your Groundhog Day cake on that?
Mm-hmm.
What do they got over here?
Look at this one.
Oh, little fuzzy Phil there. And then it's just like it's a bank. It's a Phil bank there. Now this must have been what Jen was talking about. It says the shadow knows. The shadow knows. So what is the shadow?
Comic thing. I'm not
It's like a comic. If you know what the shadow is, leave a comment in the comment
I'm
section.
not crazy. That's good.
And look at this. We got a Punxsutawney penny smasher there. There's different fills that you can choose from, or you get one that says Town of the Sandflies. Not sure what that is, but yeah, we got little different fills there. All right, we're gonna get one smashed. Jen had some change in her purse.
So how do I do this?
You gotta line it up first. You gotta select. You gotta make sure that
turn this.
Yeah, you turn that.
Oh no!
You turn that until it lines up with the one you want. I think that's a good one right there. There's one where he's like in his like tuxedo. Yeah. Okay, leave it. Yep.
Right there.
All right, then you got the
first step.
Got your. This is one coin operator one. So you have the penny, the 2 quarters.
I didn't look at the quality of the penny. Is that acceptable?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But I forget.
A nicer penny.
There's like a specific. Like, I don't even know if it's like necessarily cleanest, but like there's a certain penny that smashes, type of penny that smashes better. I think it might be actually like specific like years. So I think they're made out of something different. All right, so that drop the penny down in there. Now you gotta turn the wheel. And there we go. How's it look? See if I can focus in on that. There we go. Got little Punxsutawney Phil in his tuxedo and his umbrella. And I don't know if this is a solution to not losing pressed pennies. At least it would help you keep one. This holds like one pressed penny and you could put it on your wrist. And it's like a watch. It's a little Groundhog wine pourer. Put that on the top of a wine bottle and you can pour wine out of Phil's mouthful. So all the little Groundhog souvenirs there, little Phil. Is this Phil salt and pepper shakers? The items on this shelf are not for sale, but I was eyeballing this Phil bobblehead there. I really like that. There's an inflatable groundhog you can put in your yard to celebrate Groundhog's Day. And this over here, I really love this. This is a trash can topper where you can put your trash in a groundhog's mouth. A tourist pin map here. You can see tourists have come from literally all over the world to meet Phil, to partake in the celebration of Groundhog's Day. And I'll put one right there on top of my house. You see this one, Jen? This is the
I was
Shadow.
This one because it's so cute.
What's this one here? Oh, there's Batman.
Yeah, it's Bat-Hog.
Bat-Hog, Groundhog Day. And then yeah, they have the Luke Skywalker Groundhog.
I really love that.
It like comes out of the stump there.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
And look at this. They have a photo of Bill Murray in this very store. Apparently he traveled here to Punxsutawney before the movie was filmed. He wanted to, I guess, do some research for his role, figure out what the town was actually like. There he is going through some t-shirts. Oh, they have the Punxsutawney Phil polka there. He has his own polka album. And look at this Phil out here. He's got the map and he's got the camera around his arm.
That's the Carpetbagger Groundhog.
This is the Carpetbagger Groundhog?
Yeah, it's like the same camera. Almost.
Oh yeah, what's it? Yeah, I guess he's got a map here of Punxsutawney. He doesn't have Crocs, but look at this. He has Groundhog slipper faces on his I guess these are all pieces of merch you could buy in the merch store. And then for some reason he's got the Eiffel Tower there in his palm.
I couldn't believe how easy it was. We answered a few basic
What's that?
Flying from...
Oh, flying from Paris, from France, from Paris to get to Punxsutawney.
never imagined.
Yeah, Roseman's Florist. We have this floral fill. It's actually a mosaic there. They're all done in different art styles. Yeah, it's little pieces of glass covering Phil there. Here is Punxsy Pizza. I guess Punxsy, short for Punxsutawney. And of course you have the groundhog murals up there in these old windows. And because Punxsutawney is the home of a magical weather predicting groundhog that also qualifies it as being the weather capital of the world, and we have the Punxsutawney Weather Discovery Center. It's a weather museum here in Punxsutawney because this is the center of all weather in the world, after all. And in front of the weather museum, we have another Phil. This is the Wizard of Weather. You can see he's got a weather vane on his wizard hat. He's got a sun on his wizard wand. He's got a clock there on his hand and various clouds coming out of his body. Punxsutawney Phil, the Wizard of Weather. And of course the ever-present Phil watching over us. As we enter here, you can see it is the old post office. We have a weather balloon there hanging in the center. Oh look, it's coming. It's coming down. So yeah, this was the post office in Punxsutawney up till 1998. Then it was changed into the Punxsutawney Weather Center. And I love this down here. It kind of fits both the postal and weather theme. This quote here on the wall: "Neither snow nor rain, nor heat nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds." It's an exhibit on different thermometers, different types of thermometers, different ways of measuring the weather. We have the Meteorologist Hall of Fame, different weathermen and women here in the Hall of Fame. And of course, what would a Hall of Fame be involving weather prediction if it did not have Punxsutawney Phil himself, the greatest weatherman of all time. There's the autograph jacket from Jim Cantori, weatherman from the Weather Channel. And we have a statue of a groundhog on loan from the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club. Of course, the Inner Circle is a faction of the Groundhog Club. So we enter here into Phil's stump. You can see here's a member of the Inner Circle there with his staff. Now the staff is interesting because this is a single staff that has been passed down to every president of the Inner Circle, and supposedly only the person that possesses this staff that's been passed down from generation to generation, the person with the staff is the only person, the only human on earth that can speak to groundhogs, that they can understand the language of groundhogese. So the current president of the Inner Circle has possession of the staff, which makes him the only person that can speak directly to Phil.
I want to be him.
Is that your goal?
That's my life goal, to become
the president of the Inner Circle?
Does he also make the elixir?
I don't know. I don't know where the elixir is farmed from.
Yeah, I don't know. So many questions.
Here's some tourists with the sign that says, "We love Punxsutawney Phil."
This one looks like me.
That
was short.
Here, get in there. You just need the groundhog hat, which I'm actually surprised you did not buy.
No, I know. I really wanted one, but you told me before we were somewhere where they had hats like that. Oh, with Buc-ee's. And you're like, when are you going to wear that?
I wasn't rude like that.
No,
but I was like,
but then I've thought about that since then, and I was like, guess I won't wear my groundhog hat very often.
And as we enter the stump here, it says, Albert Einstein knew physics. Thomas Edison knew electricity. Punxsutawney Phil knows weather. We're here inside of Phil's stump. Has some family photos here on the wall. There he is with one of the presidents of the Inner Circle. Looks like he's either whispering in his ear or biting his ear. And look at this. We have a little Phil's little bed there. It says, "Please do not disturb Prophet in hibernation." I guess Phil would sleep right here. Oh, okay. Average groundhog weighs about 12 pounds. It lives 7 winters. Phil, however, weighs in around 20 pounds. So he's gotten a little chunky in his 136 years of life. Oh, look, Dan, now you're in the Inner Circle.
This hat is huge. I'm ready.
You're ready?
Groundhogs.
You're ready to talk to groundhog? You don't have the magic staff.
Oh no, is it here?
No. Although look at this, you got little like muddy Groundhog prints on the wall of the stub here. We got some raincoats. Jen, those geese are coming down. When you walked over here, the geese like dropped down.
I guess they like me.
There you go. Now you can be the president of the inner circle.
Yeah, I can have a cane.
You got your cane. So what is?
Step stool here.
You stand on the step stool, or is the step stool just in the way? There you go. There you go. What do you got? You got to give the speech. It's a
4 weeks of winter.
That was. Why'd you deliver the bad? Why'd you choose to deliver the bad news?
Spring.
There we go. There's some electricity. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. You can see it. The electricity cracking between these two electricity balls. Says, if you have a pacemaker, do not mess. I can feel the static electricity touching me from here. I won't make you. Do you want to touch it?
No, it says don't touch it.
All right. Well, here, then film me touching.
Okay. Are you supposed to touch it?
Yeah, just don't touch the knob.
Oh.
Oh.
Does it? Like, does it hurt that bad? Like, are you
touch
just?
it if you want?
All right, I'll touch it. I don't know why I'm doing it.
Maybe it'll feel good.
All right, you're right.
Let's
Ah, that's crazy.
let's turn this off. This makes me uncomfortable. Oh. You can actually feel like literally like all the way out to here. You can feel like the wave of static electricity. That's kind of scary. We have the pull up cloud. It says choose a cloud and use the ropes to pull it up the height. It's found in the sky. There's cumulus, cirrus, altostratus, or cumulonimbus. Let's pull the cumulonimbus cord there and see how high. There we go. You can get up to 25,000 feet. Up there, and never heard of altostratus. What's an altostratus cloud? They don't get up as high. Let's see, so some farm animals here. A little pig, a little kitten licking its paw. Oh, there's jars of leeches. It says these blood-sucking bugs are infantile predators of rain and storms. Okay, so leeches, along with Punxsutawney Phil, can also predict the weather.
Do they wear top hats?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone ever holds a leech up and talks to a leech. I don't know what kind of magic stick you need to talk to a leech. When cows stand tall, no rain will fall. So, let's see if we can. Oh. Belief persists that cows lie down in a pasture just before it starts to rain. One explanation holds that they prefer to lie on dry ground. Another theory suggests the unstable air upsets the cow's digestion, which makes them want to rest instead of eat. But is either true? Apparently, here it says it has no scientific evidence, and it also says that it's utter nonsense. See, old sailor here says to hoist the mast here. Red skies at night, sailors delight. Red skies in the morning, sailors take warning. And apparently this one's actually true. I always wondered if that was true or not. It said red rays at sunset are caused by high atmospheric pressure. Calm air in the west drifting eastward towards Europe. Wow, yeah. I always thought that was just something that crazy old sailors said, but apparently it's true. So this is another animal that's known to predict the weather. This is a woolly booger, a kind of a caterpillar, and apparently the belief was that that their band would be a different size depending on the upcoming weather. So a wider brown band is said to make for a mild winter. More black means severe winter. It says that there was a scientist who studied this, spent 8 years trying to determine if it was true, and then he realized that they were two different distinct populations of caterpillars, and he abandoned his 8 years of work and gave up. Possibly very, very sad. Okay, Jen's gonna give us our AccuWeather daily forecast here.
Punxsutawney, you can see these clouds, and they go all the way to the Atlantic, and then
Here, use some of these props. Here, we got these, that green smiley face. And what does that do? You put it over your face. Oh, that's really disturbing, actually.
There's a cape.
All right, so.
Just be like, part of me, like, oh.
That would be really upsetting if that's how weather persons pick the weather.
The states are not Tommy. So here we have Oklahoma and Kansas. And Texas is having some sunny weather because it is summer, and that's the AccuWeather report.
I don't know.
Oh, my stomach.
Yeah, most weather people don't like try to like show you the weather in a hole through their stomach. Oh no! It's so windy. It blew my head off. No, run and hide. Blow your head off too.
The headless carpetbagger. Oh, your head's back.
No, now it's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Now we head into the perfect storm. All right, Jen.
Oh my gosh, this is different.
You gotta turn the fan. Are you getting a good updraft there? Oh, that's a downdraft. You're supposed to use the other one to make an updraft. Oh, I think you're supposed to spin them. There we go. I think you're supposed to spin them at the same time and make a tornado.
Is it a tornado?
The perfect storm.
Ooh. Dorothy!
Cicadas can predict the weather too. It says that when it's silent, that means it's humid because they can't make their wing noise when it's humid out. Now this is interesting here. This is a ladder to the old catwalk at the post office. It says before they had security cameras, someone would just use this ladder to crawl up into the ceiling where he would look out down at people through a peephole to make sure no one was stealing the mail. Here's the old postage vault from when this when this was a post office to store all the mail in here. And now there's an exhibit on what to store in your pantry or storm shelter in case you get stuck because of bad weather. This is Let's Get Packing to determine if things are good to bring along with you in case of a disaster, things you should put in your emergency kit. So, Jen, what would you put in your emergency kit?
Popsicles.
Popsicles? Wrong.
What are these, Fig Newtons?
Fig Newtons.
Breakfast bars?
I mean, you need food.
Nutrigrain. That's food, kind
But
of.
they'll melt. And
Oh, okay.
I think bringing a bunch of popsicles with you is like...
Okay, and a rubber ducky.
No
I'm
rubber
terrible
ducky.
at... How about a bear?
Wait,
What? Wait, we can bring the bear. We can bring the bear!
why do you...
See, I'm good at that.
Why is a bear acceptable but a duck is not?
I don't know.
What if you really like ducks, not bears?
I think they
I'm
can both
confused.
go.
I'm confused on that
What
one.
about bandages?
Yeah,
I will say yes.
in case like some piece of rub it hits you in the head and you're bleeding.
What about hairdryer?
No, that's an extreme luxury.
Oh, okay.
But what if your hair gets all wet from the rain?
That's what I was thinking.
It says push the button to find out what weather sirens sound like. I gotta power these light bulbs.
I didn't know it did that.
It's like a break
You're supposed to knock down the building. Hooray! Good job, tornado.
I'm the tornado in this situation?
I think so. Because you knocked down the stuff. Oh, you're also a helpful tornado.
Outside the true value here, we have Fix It Phil. You see all the local businesses have their own Phil mascot there. Look at all the tools he's got there. in his belt. Oh, better watch out. You got a saw there right by your foot. You don't want to saw your little groundhog foot off. Here's Delta Foot and Ankle Center, and I guess that's why Phil has a cast there on his foot. Also, like he's a little biker for some reason. Have this groundhog themed clock here, and actually looks like at some point maybe it had like a cuckoo clock feature where a groundhog came out there. You can see the doors open and there's a groundhog peeking out, and it's actually, the time is wrong on it, so I think maybe the whole thing may be currently non-functional. Maybe they're doing some work on it. Actually came back over this way just to check and see if maybe maybe Phil has awoken from his slumber. Oh, look, 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 look. He's actually out. Phil, give us a smile. Oh, little magic groundhog. 136 years old, look at him.
He looks as good as new.
It's that magic elixir he drinks. I wouldn't know if we were going to see conscious Phil today, but there he is. Oh my goodness. And let's peek in the library here and see if we can get an alternate view of Phil. Yeah, you can see the little reading nook here, and from the reading nook you can look into Phil's burrow. Oh, I just noticed there is Phil's wife, Phyllis, sleeping in here. I was worried. I thought I only saw the one groundhog, but that is there is his wife, Phyllis. She's fast asleep. And over here we have the Punxsutawney Police Department, and of course, in front of the Punxsutawney Police Station, we have Officer Phil, a police version of Punxsutawney Phil. He's also got his police dog there with him. So you got oh, there's his taser there for tasing other rodents. And on the opposite side here we have Fireman Phil, the firefighter version of Punxsutawney Phil. And look at they got the axe there, but look at his other hand. It looks like he's rescued a baby. Check out this baby here. I love that baby. Oh, good job, Fireman Phil, rescuing the baby. At least there's the fire department logo there. It actually has a groundhog on it. Yeah, this one's pretty amazing. I love the little baby.
I like the beard.
Oh yeah, he's got a nice fireman's beard. All right, here we're at where all the magic happens here at Gobbler's Knob, where every year the ceremony to predict the coming of spring occurs. You can see there on top of the entrance there, you have a little tableau with the groundhog and the inner circle. So come up to Gobbler's Knob here where they have the yearly Groundhog Day celebration. Have this visitor center here. I just noticed it says help us make this area the future second groundhog zoo. So I guess they want to maybe move Phil over to this area so he can be closer to Gobbler's Knob. Okay, so I guess this area here is what they want to turn into the groundhog zoo, to have groundhogs in there. Different pictures from different Groundhog Day celebrations. And look at this, in 1994, apparently they had Hedgehog Day for the release of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Oh my gosh, look at there, there's Phil and Sonic come together, two legends in the same place at once. This little sand garden here. Oh, his hat fell off. I'm sorry. Sorry there, Phil. So you can play in the sand and put hats on groundhogs. Here's some artwork done by Phil. You can see him there in those pictures painting these paintings here. Little groundhog paintings there. That's amazing.
Coming up.
I don't know if these are for sale. These might be priceless, priceless works of art.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil there with a big hat. And here's a whole display case on the movie Groundhog's Day. And look at this, actually have some prop from the movie. This is Ned Ryerson's hat and glasses from the movie. That is amazing. Wow. Some different memorabilia here from the movie. There we have a little albino groundhog there. Got the magic stick and the hat, like the leader of the inner circle. And they said that this wooden cutout here was an actual prop used in the film Groundhog Day. All right, here's the shadow catcher where you can actually see your own shadow, just like Phil. All right, get in there, Jen.
What do I do?
You stand there in front of the shadow catching wall, and you pose. Okay, to get like flat against the wall, and then hold the pose.
Well, no, we're not doing it.
He's more interested in whatever.
There you go. Do you see your shadow?
A little bit. Where's my arm?
All right, that means winter, right? 6 more weeks of winter. Boo, Jen. Here's a little Phil plushie. His little dapper outfit. Is he dancing there? Yeah.
Yeah, it says Phil on the back. Right here.
Phil. And look what we have here. This is the magic cane that is passed down from generation that allows the holder to be able to speak with groundhogs, grants them that magic ability. The leader of the inner circle will have this in his possession and allows him to speak with Phil. And here are some past scrolls. Every year, Phil is presented with 2 scrolls. He chooses one, and then it is read. It is written in a rhyming verse and tells whether or not he has seen his shadow, and announces if spring is here or if there will be 6 more weeks of winter. And this is possibly the most amazing artifact in here. This is Phil's elixir of life. This is what allows Punxsutawney Phil to be alive. That's why he's been alive 136 years, because every September they give him a dose of this elixir of life. There's a picture of him. It almost looks like he's funneling beer.
Oh, no.
But this right here, this is the jug that they use to administer the elixir of life. This is so cool. Some deep groundhog lore here. The elixir, Phil's elixir of life.
Do you think we could drink some?
Oh no! They don't just let you. They don't just let anyone. They don't even let Phil's wife drink the elixir of life. She has to live a normal groundhog life, while Phil is doomed to live forever. These bobbleheads here of, I guess these are different presidents of the inner circle there holding Phil. All right, down here we have the stage where the ceremony takes place every year. Yeah, every year in the early days of February, people fill this area. Gobbler's Knob. Lady at the Chamber of Commerce says that as many as 50,000 people come out here and fill this field here to bear witness to the groundhog making his prediction. And here is the stage where all the magic happens. Now, like I said, I wanted to come here on the day where it happens, and I may still do that, but I figure since I can't be here this year for Groundhog's Day, I'll give you guys a little bit of a reenactment. All right, so get up on the stage here. We have all the men in tuxedos and top hats, the inner circle, the keepers of the groundhogs here, and Phil and Phil in the stump here. Open up the door and remove the groundhog from his lair. The Punxsutawney Phil here. Lift him up, do the whole Simba thing. The crowd, the 50,000 people are screaming and cheering, chanting Phil, 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 Phil. We're putting him here.
I love you, Phil.
Put them here on the table. They give Phil the 2 little scrolls. They make him choose. They make him choose. And he picks one of the scrolls. One of the members of the inner circle is holding Phil. He's like squirming, trying to get away. He's holding him up to the crowd. The crowd is screaming. The groundhog is confused. And then another member of the inner circle reads the scroll. It's a long, winding poem, and then ends with the reveal on whether or not he saw his shadow. And actually, it's sunny right now, so you can see his shadow. I guess we're having 6 more weeks of winter, possibly. I would actually be nice if winter just showed up right now.
Boo, boo, Phil.
Boo, no, you don't boo Phil. Phil is just the messenger.
Oh.
He is the greatest.
Boo, inner circle.
He is either 100% accurate or 30% accurate, depending on who you talk to. Yeah, we purchased our Phil at the Chamber of Commerce. Got his little bandana on there, and I put him in here. It looks like this is where the groundhog waits during the celebration, but apparently in the off season, people just cram it full of religious literature. And it looks like the door has come off here. Hopefully they can reattach that in time for Groundhog's Day. All right, so Jen bought this Phil map here where you take the stickers of all the different Phils around town and apply them to the map. So I've put the ones on there that we've already seen, and I think we're gonna go for a ride and see if we can find the other Phils. But oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, we're not even like...
We're not even halfway. We haven't even seen half of them
Look
yet.
at this little nerdy one.
Oh my God. All right, here we're here at the Punxsutawney post office. Of course, we have the mailman version, the post office Phil, if you will. It's even got a postcard here addressed to himself. And at what point were stamps 22 cents? By the way, if you want to receive a postcard from me, just check the link in the description for my Patreon page. $3 a month, and I will send a postcard to you every month. All right, here at the community center, we have teacher Phil. He's got the oh, look at this. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got E equals MC square in his armpit. Oh, look at that. He's got pi in one ear, and then it's like the plus minus sign in that, and he has a an idea there in his head. And over here at the Punxsutawney Wendy's, we have what I think may be one of the best Phils here. Look at that. We have Punxsutawney Wendy there, like the classic Wendy's mascot. Got the burger skillet raised high in the air. That is pretty amazing. Even got the like the red striped socks. Oh, that's amazing. And here over at the S&T Bank, we got rainy day Phil with the umbrella, saving for a rainy day, but it also works because he is a weather predictor. See, a bird in the hand is worth, where's the rest of the quote? A bird in the hand is worth, is it 2 in the bush? And he's actually a piggy bank. I think you could actually, oh, you could actually stick money inside Phil there. And you look in his belly, that's a little faded. There's actually giant rolls of dollars in there. You can see them. It's a little cloudy, but he's got pennies on his feet and a coin there. I guess he's piggy bank Phil there. So see some pennies up there on his ear. So I'll put a penny here inside of old Phil. Okay, now I get it. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Okay, over here we have housing authority Phil. I think he's meant maybe to look like a house or look like a neighborhood there. So you can see there's Phil watching TV, there's Phyllis watering the flowers at the Groundhog Zoo. Alright, we're making a little bit of headway here. So, but still got quite a few of these. Oh my goodness, still got quite a few of these groundhogs.
Look at all those.
To find. Yeah, we're missing a big chunk, but we'll find them all. There's a restaurant called Gimmicks, and look at their Phil. This is pretty amazing. He's like shredding a guitar made out of an egg and bacon and toast. Oh, look at this here. The little nodules on the guitar made out of silver. What do you call those on the end of the guitar? The little nodules. But this is one of the best ones.
Instead of Fender, it's Forecaster.
Instead of, where does it say?
On the...
Oh, Forecaster. Right there, because he's a weather forecaster. Yeah, I think this is one of the better ones. I think the Weddies was great. I think this one is amazing too. Over here at the Punxsutawney High School, we have a high school themed Phil here. Oh, look at that. On his chest, he has a painting of the high school itself. He's got a little key there that says, "Great things happen when you put your mind to it." Yeah, here in Punxsutawney, the Phils are almost like Pokemon. You have to catch them all. Pokemon! Come down here to the Punxsutawney area elementary school, and here's an interesting Phil. It looks like this one is actually like some sort of optical illusion. You can see the front of the building here, and if you look at him, you can see the building, which also has him in it, which also has him in it, and then has the building in there. So multiple, the multiverse of Phils here. And this is the Spirit newspaper. So this is actually the newspaper that you see Phil portrayed with under his arm, the local newspaper that reports on the weather in the weather capital of the world. And here we have Phil as a news reporter. He's got his press pass in his hat there, and he's doing interviews. He's asking, have you seen your shadow? Yes or no? Looks like he's actually got a real camera there hanging around his neck as well. Come down here to the Sarah L. Delfelice Pizza House, and have another Phil here covered in flowers. Looks like Phil's even chewing on a little flower there, and have a lady there on his belly. Now this is interesting. We have like a Native American style Phil here. And this one's called The Legend of Wojak. It talks about the creation legend for the Delaware Indians. But what's interesting is that Wojak actually translates to woodchuck, aka groundhog. Here at Mulberry Health and Rehabilitation Center, we have this Phil here. He's actually got both arms out, ready to give a hug. And it says, "I love Punxsy." Here outside of First Commonwealth Bank, there is Phil there. He's got a beard, and it looks like he's doing some online banking there on his little smartphone. Also, he has a clock embedded in his belly. It says "Time to be first." And also notice he has money shoes. Money shoes Phil. All right, we have another fireman Phil here at the Lindsay Fire Department. Look at this. I think this is a nice touch. He's actually, his eyes here are full of flames. He's got some sort of firefighting tool there, like a hook, maybe to like dig people out of flaming piles. And I look back here, he's actually got like a real oxygen tank on his back. I thought this was one of the Phils we were looking for, but this turns out to be a separate wood-carved dentist Phil with a big tooth. Over here at Laska's Pizza, we got a pizza Phil. Got a pizza there on the board, and it looks like he's got even a little bit of Groundhog beer there in his apron. Hey Phil.
Hey!
Are you enjoying your pizza?
I am, it's delicious. Ah! Quit eating my face! You're delicious!
And this is actually helpful. I wish they do this on more of these comic foregrounds. You can be the top hat, you can be Phil, or you can be the pizza. And at the Punxsutawney Area School District Administration Office, we have this Phil here. He's wearing some glasses, he's got ABCs on him, all sorts of fun school-like stuff. Moving on to the campus of the University of Pennsylvania, Punxsutawney. Now, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, that name just strikes me as a little confusing. Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And here's Indiana University of Pennsylvania Phil. He's got his student ID card there. Looks like he has a little man bag there with some supplies. What is that? There's like a strange creature coming out of his bag there. What is that?
Maybe that's their mascot.
So this is the Latimer house here, and out in front we have postcard Phil, and he has different postcards on his body there. And I don't know, maybe I've looked at too many Phils today, but he's starting to look like Garfield to me for some reason. Oh man, there's a Groundhog Day museum here, and I guess it's closed for at least today. I don't know, maybe when we come back we'll have to stop at the Groundhog Day museum. Leela and JoJo's Cafe and Bakery has a very abstract Phil here. Look closely, it's got little food items floating on his artistic face. This is a chiropractic office here, but they have a pharmacist Phil. He's got.
His name is really good.
Oh, his name is Fill My Prescription, Please. He's got some like old pharmacy equipment on them, and he's got some nice little glasses there. Here at the Presbyterian Church, we have a very unique Phil. I think this is kind of like different from all the others. We see Phil playing the bagpipes there. He's also got kind of like big red Scottish sideburns there. That's pretty impressive. Another banking Phil here. This one's all about the dollar signs there. He's money symbol coated vest there. He's got some cash in his hand. He's got money in his eyes. And this one is also wearing money shoes.
He's the Riddler.
Yeah, he does kind of look like the Riddler.
Yeah.
Down at the old East End Park, we got another very artistic interpretation of Mr. Punxsutawney Phil there. Also, here at East End Park, there is absolutely no profanity. So, no swears there, Phil. Was that the gorillas there on the side of his face? Also, this may be the most goth way to say park closes at dark. It says park closes upon the fall of darkness. You okay, Jed?
There's a lot of rules at this park.
Park closes upon fall of darkness. A lot of the banks here have their own fills. And here we have breast cancer awareness fill. So he's got some ladybugs there in his hand. The other florist in town, Steve's Greenhouse and Florist, we have this fill right here. He's got a reel of movies. He's got like a graduation outfit. Notice the old camcorder there, and an old desktop computer with a mouse. This is a tribute to Shannon Diane Roseman. It's going to be a tribute to a certain person. Alright, looks like we only have 3 more fills to find. Yay! Oh, and we have a sighting.
I'm so excited.
Sighting of a wild groundhog here in Punxsutawney. See if we can get a little closer.
Hi, little groundhog. Hi.
There's one of Phil's cousins here.
I'm so excited.
He's rooting around. Hey, little guy.
Look at him trot.
Where's he going?
I don't know. He's probably like, why is this car so creepy? Oh, look at you.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, goodbye.
Here at the VFW post, we got a military fill, or a filitary fill, if you will. Looks like Phil's in the U.S. Army there with his camo on. And here at the Cobblestone Hotel, we have Bellhop Phil ready to take you to your room. Look at that, he's got your room keys ready for the VIP suite, and he's gonna lug your bag up to your room for you. Oh, look at this, he's got little stickers from all the different states there: Colorado, Wisconsin, Minnesota. There's a Route 66 sticker back there. And here we are at In First Bank. Like I mentioned, a lot of banks here have fills, and looks like we got another big money fill over here. Oh, he's got a dollar sign on his tie. He's got some money in his pockets, and he's pointing the way to Gobbler's Knob. Yes, this is the final fill that we have defied. I don't know, he's got all this money though. I don't know why his toes are poking out of his shoes.
Jacob,
Yes?
it's the final groundhog.
Yes.
Do-do-do-do. Red groundhog. Do-do-do-do. Groundhog. It's the final groundhog.
Are you trying to sing final countdown? Good job.
Thank you.
All right, so we've done it. We have found every Punxsutawney fill here. Got the last sticker there. We got a little banker fill, and put it right there. And our mission here in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania,
3 hours.
has been complete. Yes, we left Gobbler's Knob about 3 hours ago. Decided we were going to finish finding all the fills, and it took 3 hours to find the rest of them.
Yes.
So it was definitely a journey. And this map is kind of confusing. The scale's kind of off. So we ended up backtracking, and stuff ended up being closer, further than it looked. But by God, we did it.
And I got my picture with every Wonder frame.
Yeah, Jen got a selfie with every single one, so she can get a big 40 slot photo frame.
I hope they make those.
So yes, what an adventure we had here in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. The sun's starting to go down. We made it just enough time to find all the groundhogs while there was still some daylight. And I love this town. I love the whole legend behind Punxsutawney Phil, the magic eternal groundhog that can predict the weather. It's a secret society, has a magic stick that allows you to speak to groundhogs, and a magic elixir that keeps groundhogs alive forever. I actually wish I would have known about the elixir ceremony, which is on September 8th, or I would have come at that point. But maybe in the future I will attend the elixir ceremony, and maybe someday I'll come back for the big Groundhog Day celebration. If you'd like to see me visit the Groundhog Day celebration, let me know in the comment section. If you like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country, film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon, $3 or more, which is a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop, as well as doing personalized messages on Cameo. If you're interested in any of that, please check the description of this video. You'll find all the information down there. And of course, all that helps keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this groundhog deep down in his burrow. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.